Hey, Kit Lyle again with the operators. I speak a lot about, write a lot about, talk a lot about, have courses about, and webinars and so forth. The process of onboarding members of a management team who have never worked in a PE-backed environment before. So typically what happens is the PE group swoops in, acquires a founder-led business. They describe themselves as founder-friendly. The management team, unfortunately, does not know what questions to ask and typically is experiencing significant private equity culture shock, imposter syndrome, it's lonely at the top syndrome. And then the example of that is the deal team might say, hey, look, your two priorities from a value creation plan standpoint are to reduce costs and increase prices. I'm just making this up, of course. But does every single member of the management team know what to do next Tuesday at 10 a.m. as a result of that? Probably not. Do they even understand the consequences of the value creation plan or where it came from that provides the context of why the deal took place in the first place? That's in the investment thesis. Do they ask for the investment thesis? No. Do they ask for elements of it, even if it's redacted? No. Do they ask for clarity on specifically what needs to happen in the value creation plan? Of course not. They don't recognize those words as being pivotal, instrumental, foundational, instructive for them. So I do have a guide for value creation. It goes 540 some rows long in an Excel spreadsheet. It talks about what to do by stage, diligence, first 100 days, throughout the hold, and then preparing to exit. It's pretty comprehensive in terms of if the suggestion is, let's say, operational improvement. There are 18 sublevers under that. Each sublever has a list of process steps that are involved. So there's a lot there. But again, going back to that management team, they don't know why the deal took place. That's in the investment thesis. They don't know really what they should be focusing on, priorities that are in the value creation plan, and they're therefore giving up other priorities that they previously had. They don't know who has decision rights. They don't know when we expect to sell because they haven't asked that question yet. They don't know where, or they don't know how to communicate where we stand in real time in terms of making progress, achieving the value creation plan. Today, are we more or less likely to achieve the value creation plan on schedule than we were last month, for example? Is that communicated? Do they know how to communicate that? When? What level of frequency, etc.? Probably not. And then the final question is, if that team was previously reporting to a founder, that founder probably was a benevolent dictator, just generalizing, which is fine in that environment. But now under private equity, we have the scalability issue. The founder who's in the middle of every decision, that's not scalable. It's not tenuous. So what leadership style would be a best practice in a private equity backed environment? Do they know that? Have they discussed that? Is the CEO the right person to lead that change management effort? Who knows? My point is, none of this is rocket science. It's not particularly hard. It doesn't even take that long. It just needs to happen at the beginning of the investment, not when the deal team just basically says, enough, we're in pain, or the board says, that was a bad meeting, we got to fix something. So think about that. Feel free to ask me questions, kit@theoperators.pe.